There's an ancient practice that billionaires, spiritual masters, and high performers use to access superhuman mental clarity and spiritual power. It costs $0. Takes zero equipment. And you can start it right now. But 99% of people will never do it because it requires one thing our modern world has forgotten how to do: self-control. I'm talking about fasting. And in the next 25 minutes, I'm going to reveal why this practice is one of the most powerful tools for transforming your mind, body, and spirit. What I'm about to share will challenge everything you think you know about food, discipline, and spiritual awakening. Stay with me, because this could be the key that unlocks your next level. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you went more than 4 hours without putting something in your mouth? And I'm not talking about when you were asleep. I'm talking about during your waking hours. For most people, the answer is never. We eat breakfast. Then a mid-morning snack. Then lunch. Then an afternoon snack. Then dinner. Then dessert. Then a late-night snack. We're constantly feeding our bodies. Constantly consuming. Constantly filling the void. But here's what's wild. Every major spiritual tradition in human history has practiced fasting. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Judaism, Hinduism. Indigenous cultures around the world. They all knew something that we've forgotten. Fasting isn't just about food. It's about power. Mental power. Spiritual power. The power to control yourself instead of being controlled by your appetites. And the benefits? They're absolutely mind-blowing. We're talking about increased mental clarity that feels like your brain just got upgraded. Spiritual breakthroughs that change your entire life. Emotional healing that happens faster than therapy. Physical benefits that doctors are finally starting to confirm. But here's the thing. This isn't one of those videos where I just hype you up and send you on your way. I'm going to break down exactly what happens in your body, mind, and spirit when you fast. I'm going to give you the science and the spirituality. And I'm going to show you exactly how to start, even if you've never fasted before. By the end of this video, you'll understand why fasting is one of the most powerful practices you can add to your life. And you'll have a clear plan to start experiencing these benefits yourself. Let's dive in. Part 1: What fasting actually is. First, let's get clear on what we're talking about. Because when most people hear fasting, they think of extreme things. Starving yourself for weeks. Drinking only water for 40 days. Suffering and deprivation. That's not what we're talking about here. Fasting, at its core, is simply choosing to abstain from food for a specific period of time. That's it. It could be 12 hours. It could be 16 hours. It could be 24 hours. The length doesn't matter as much as the intention and consistency. There are different types of fasting, and each one has different benefits. Intermittent fasting is when you eat during a specific window each day and fast for the rest. The most common is 16:8, which means you fast for 16 hours and eat during an 8-hour window. For example, you might eat between noon and 8 p.m., then fast from 8 p.m. to noon the next day. 24-hour fasts are exactly what they sound like. You eat dinner one day, then don't eat again until dinner the next day. One full rotation of the clock. Spiritual fasts can vary in length and may include abstaining from other things besides food, like social media, TV, or certain activities. The focus here is on spiritual growth and connection to your higher power. Water fasts are when you consume only water for an extended period. These should only be done under proper guidance and for specific purposes. Now, here's what's important to understand. Fasting is not starving. Starving is when your body has no choice and is desperate for nutrients. Fasting is when you choose to abstain while having access to food. It's a voluntary practice done with intention. And this intention is everything. Because when you fast with purpose, when you fast with awareness, that's when the real magic happens. Your body was designed to fast. For thousands of years, humans didn't have access to food 24/7. We went through periods of eating and periods of not eating. Our ancestors would hunt, eat, then fast until the next successful hunt. This is natural. This is how we evolved. But modern society has convinced us that we need to eat constantly. That if we skip a meal, we'll die. That hunger is an emergency. None of this is true. Hunger is just a signal. It comes in waves. And when you learn to ride those waves instead of immediately satisfying them, you unlock a completely different level of mental and spiritual power. Part 2, the mental benefits, your brain on fasting. Let's talk about what happens in your brain when you fast. Because this is where things get really interesting. When you eat, especially when you eat carbs and sugars, your body has to work hard to digest that food. Blood flows to your stomach and intestines. Energy is diverted from your brain to your digestive system. This is why you feel sluggish and foggy after a big meal. But when you fast, the opposite happens. Your digestive system gets a break. That energy stays in your brain. And suddenly, you have mental clarity that you haven't felt in years. Here are the specific mental benefits you'll experience. Benefit number 1, laser focus. When you're fasting, your brain produces more of a protein called BDNF, which stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain. It helps grow new brain cells, improves memory, and enhances learning. Studies show that people who fast regularly have better concentration, can focus for longer periods, and complete complex tasks faster. Your brain literally works better when you're not constantly digesting food. Benefit number 2, mental clarity like never before. You know that brain fog you experience most days. That feeling of thinking through mud. Fasting clears that away like wiping a dirty window clean. When you fast, your body switches from using glucose, sugar, for energy to using ketones, which come from fat. Your brain actually prefers ketones. It runs more efficiently on them. This is why people report feeling mentally sharper, more alert, and more clear-headed during a fast. Benefit number 3, enhanced creativity and problem solving. When you're not constantly focused on when and what you're going to eat next, your mind is free to wander. Free to create. Free to solve problems that have been stuck in your subconscious. Some of the greatest thinkers in history fasted regularly. Pythagoras required his students to fast before taking exams. Plato and Aristotle fasted for mental clarity. They understood that an empty stomach leads to a clear mind. Benefit number 4, better mood and emotional control. This might surprise you, but fasting actually improves your mood. After the first day or two of adjustment, most people report feeling happier, more balanced, and more emotionally stable during fasts. Why? Because fasting increases the production of endorphins and other feel-good chemicals in your brain. It also reduces inflammation, which is linked to depression and anxiety. Plus, when you prove to yourself that you can control your appetite, that you can resist immediate gratification, that you're stronger than your cravings, that builds self-esteem and confidence that carries into every area of your life. Benefit number 5, breaking addiction patterns. Here's a big one. Most of us are addicted to food without even realizing it. We eat when we're bored. When we're stressed. When we're sad. When we're happy. Food has become our drug of choice for managing emotions. Fasting breaks this pattern. It forces you to sit with your emotions instead of eating them away. It teaches you that hunger won't kill you. That discomfort is temporary. That you can feel uncomfortable and be okay. This is powerful. Because once you break the addiction to constant eating, you can break other addictions too. Social media. Negative thinking. Toxic relationships. Fasting teaches you that you have control over yourself. Benefit number 6, increased discipline and willpower. Every time you fast, you're building your discipline muscle. You're proving to yourself that you can do hard things. That you can commit to something and follow through. This discipline doesn't stay confined to food. It spills over into every area of your life. You become more disciplined with your work, your relationships, your goals. Your entire life transforms when you learn to control your most basic appetite. Your mind becomes sharper. Your willpower becomes stronger. Your discipline becomes unbreakable. All from simply choosing not to eat for a period of time. Part 3, the spiritual benefits, fasting for the soul. Now we're going to go deeper. Beyond the mental benefits, beyond the science, into the spiritual realm where fasting really shows its power. Every major religion practices fasting for one reason: it works. It opens spiritual doors that stay closed when you're constantly feeding your physical body. Here's why. Spiritual benefit number 1. Direct connection to the divine. When you fast, you're telling your body, I have priorities beyond food. Beyond physical comfort. Beyond immediate pleasure. You're elevating your spirit above your flesh. And in that elevation, something magical happens. You become more sensitive to spiritual energy. More able to hear the voice of God, the universe, your higher self, whatever you call it. Prayer during fasting is different. It's more powerful. More focused. More likely to be answered. Why? Because you're creating space. Space for the divine to enter. Space for wisdom to flow. Space for miracles to happen. People report having profound spiritual experiences during fasts. Visions. Downloads of information. Sudden clarity about their life purpose. Encounters with the divine that change them forever. This isn't mystical nonsense. This is documented across thousands of years and billions of people. Fasting opens a spiritual door. Spiritual benefit number 2, purification and cleansing. Fasting is like a spiritual shower. Just like your body accumulates dirt and needs to be washed, your spirit accumulates negative energy, toxic emotions, and spiritual debris. When you fast, you're cleansing yourself on every level. Physically, yes, but also emotionally and spiritually. Old traumas start releasing. Negative patterns start breaking. Heavy energy starts lifting. Many spiritual traditions believe that fasting burns away spiritual impurities. That it purifies your energy field. That it makes you lighter, clearer, more aligned with your true self. And the crazy thing is, you can actually feel this happening. You'll notice old emotional baggage coming up to be released. You'll notice yourself crying for no apparent reason. You'll notice anger or sadness moving through you. This is the cleanse happening. Let it happen. Spiritual benefit number 3, heightened intuition. Your intuition is always speaking to you. But most of the time, you can't hear it because there's too much noise. Too much physical stimulation. Too much constant consumption. Fasting turns down that noise. And suddenly, your intuition becomes crystal clear. You start knowing things without knowing how you know them. You start getting gut feelings that are always right. You start receiving guidance from your higher self. This is because fasting activates your third eye, your spiritual sight. It makes you more psychically sensitive. More able to perceive energy. More connected to the invisible realm. People who fast regularly report increased synchronicities. More meaningful coincidences. More signs and messages from the universe. Because they're finally tuned into the frequency where these things occur. Spiritual benefit number 4, breaking soul ties. Every person you've been intimate with, every toxic relationship you've had, every energetic exchange you've experienced, these create soul ties. Energetic cords that connect you to other people. Some of these ties are beautiful and life-giving. But many of them are draining your energy, keeping you stuck in old patterns, preventing you from moving forward. Fasting helps break negative soul ties. It cuts energetic cords that no longer serve you. It frees you from the grip of people and situations that have been holding you back. Many people report that after fasting, they suddenly stop thinking about their ex. Or they finally feel free from a toxic family dynamic. Or they break free from a pattern they've been stuck in for years. This is the power of spiritual cleansing through fasting. Spiritual benefit number 5, alignment with your purpose. When you're constantly consuming, constantly distracted, constantly filling yourself with physical pleasures, it's hard to hear your soul's calling. Hard to know what you're really meant to do with your life. But when you fast, when you create stillness and space, your purpose becomes clear. You start understanding why you're here. What you're meant to contribute. What your soul came to accomplish. This clarity is priceless. Because once you know your purpose, everything else falls into place. Your decisions become easier. Your path becomes clearer. Your life starts making sense. Spiritual benefit number 6, increased spiritual power. This is the big one. When you fast regularly, you build spiritual power. You become more energetically strong. More able to manifest what you want. More protected from negative energy. More capable of spiritual warfare. Think of it like this. Every time you deny your flesh what it wants, your spirit grows stronger. Every time you choose discipline over indulgence, you're building spiritual muscle. And this power is real. People who fast regularly report that prayers get answered faster. That intentions manifest more quickly. That negative energy can't touch them anymore. That they walk through life with a level of spiritual authority they never had before. Spiritual benefit number 7, ego death and rebirth. One of the most profound spiritual benefits of extended fasting is what's called ego death. This is when your false self, your ego, your masks and personas, they start to dissolve. And in that dissolution, your true self emerges. The real you. The soul beneath all the conditioning and programming and fear. This can be uncomfortable. Ego death feels like dying. But on the other side of it is rebirth. A new version of yourself. A higher version. A version that's aligned with your soul instead of your ego. Many spiritual masters use fasting to facilitate this transformation. To kill off who they were so they can become who they're meant to be. Part 4. How to start fasting safely and effectively. Okay, so now you understand the power of fasting. You're probably thinking, I want to experience this. How do I start? Let me give you a practical, step-by-step guide to beginning your fasting practice safely and effectively. Step 1. Start small. Don't jump into a 7-day water fast if you've never fasted before. That's like trying to run a marathon when you've never jogged a mile. You'll hurt yourself and give up. Start with something simple. Try a 12-hour fast. If you eat dinner at 7 p.m., don't eat again until 7 a.m. the next day. That's it. Most of that is while you're sleeping anyway. Do this for a week. Get comfortable with it. Notice how you feel. Then extend it. Step 2. Progress to intermittent fasting. Once 12 hours feels easy, move to 16 hours. This is the sweet spot for most people. It's long enough to get benefits but not so long that it disrupts your life. A common approach is to skip breakfast. Have your first meal at noon, eat normally until 8 p.m., then fast until noon the next day. That's 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. You can drink water, black coffee, or plain tea during your fasting window. No calories. Just liquids that won't break your fast. Step 3. Choose your fasting days. Some people fast every day with intermittent fasting. Others do longer fasts once a week or once a month. There's no right or wrong way. Find what works for you. If you're fasting for spiritual reasons, you might choose specific days that hold meaning. In Christianity, many people fast on Fridays. In Islam, fasting during Ramadan is a pillar of the faith. Choose days that align with your spiritual practice. Step 4. Set your intention. This is crucial. Before you start each fast, set a clear intention. Why are you fasting? What are you hoping to achieve? What are you praying for? What are you releasing? Write this intention down. Speak it out loud. Make it clear to yourself and to the universe. Intention transforms fasting from just skipping meals into a powerful spiritual practice. Step 5. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water during your fast. This helps flush toxins, keeps your energy up, and makes the fast easier. Most people don't drink enough water anyway. Use your fast as an opportunity to hydrate properly. Step 6. Listen to your body. Fasting should be challenging but not dangerous. If you feel dizzy, extremely weak, or unwell, break your fast. There's no shame in that. Honor your body. Certain people should not fast without medical supervision: pregnant or breastfeeding women, people with eating disorders, people with certain medical conditions, children, and anyone on specific medications. If you're unsure, consult a healthcare provider first. Step 7. Break your fast properly. This is just as important as the fast itself. Don't break a fast with junk food or a huge meal. Start with something light. Fresh fruit. A small salad. Soup. Let your digestive system wake up gently. If you break a fast with heavy, processed food, you'll feel terrible and undo many of the benefits. Be gentle and intentional with your first meal. Step 8. Use the hunger waves. Here's a secret that makes fasting much easier. Hunger comes in waves. It rises, peaks, and then passes. Most people panic when hunger rises and immediately eat. But if you just wait 20 minutes, the hunger will pass on its own. When you feel hungry during a fast, drink water, take some deep breaths, and wait. The feeling will subside. This teaches you that hunger is not an emergency. It's just a feeling. And feelings pass. Step 9. Keep busy. The hardest part of fasting is often the mental challenge. You think about food. You obsess about when you can eat. You count down the hours. Combat this by staying busy. Work on projects. Exercise lightly. Read. Meditate. Pray. The busier you are, the faster time passes and the easier the fast becomes. Step 10. Track your experience. Keep a fasting journal. Write down how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually each day you fast. Note any breakthroughs, insights, or challenges. This serves two purposes. First, it helps you see patterns and understand what works for you. Second, it becomes a record of your spiritual journey that you can look back on and see how far you've come. Advanced practices. Once you're comfortable with intermittent fasting, you can experiment with longer fasts. A 24-hour fast once a week is powerful. A 3-day fast quarterly can lead to profound spiritual breakthroughs. Some people do 7-day or longer fasts under proper guidance. You can also combine fasting with other spiritual practices. Fast and pray. Fast and meditate. Fast and journal. Fast and spend time in nature. The combination multiplies the benefits. Some people do partial fasts, where they abstain from certain foods but not all food. Daniel fasts, for example, involve eating only fruits, vegetables, and water while avoiding meat, sweets, and bread. Find what resonates with you and make it your own. Part 5. What to expect, the fasting journey. Let me tell you what's actually going to happen when you start fasting regularly, because you need to be prepared. The first few times. The first time you fast beyond 12 hours, you're going to think about food a lot. Your body is used to eating constantly, and it's going to protest. You'll feel hungry. You might feel irritable. You might get a headache. This is normal. This is your body detoxing. This is your addiction to constant eating being challenged. Push through it. It gets easier. By day 2 or 3 of regular fasting, something shifts. The hunger becomes manageable. Your energy actually increases. Your mind gets clearer. You start to feel the benefits. The first week. If you're doing daily intermittent fasting, by the end of the first week, you'll notice changes. You'll have more mental clarity. You'll feel lighter. Your clothes might fit better. You'll sleep better. You'll also notice that you're not as controlled by food. You can walk past your favorite snacks without feeling desperate. You can skip meals without panicking. This is power. The first month. After a month of consistent fasting, the practice becomes natural. It's no longer a struggle. It's just part of your routine. You'll notice significant mental and spiritual benefits. Better focus. Deeper prayers. More synchronicities. Clearer intuition. You'll feel like you've unlocked a new level of yourself. Physically, you'll likely have more energy, better digestion, and possibly some weight loss if that's needed. Ongoing. As you continue fasting, it becomes a spiritual discipline that grounds you. On days when you fast, you feel more connected. More aligned. You'll start to crave your fasting days. Not because you love being hungry, but because you love how clear and powerful you feel. You'll look forward to that time of spiritual connection. And here's the beautiful part. The discipline you build through fasting will transform every other area of your life. You'll be more disciplined with your work, your finances, your relationships, your goals. Because fasting teaches you the most important lesson: you are not controlled by your appetites. You control them. Conclusion and call to action. So let me ask you this. Are you ready to experience this power for yourself? Are you ready to see what happens when you take control of your most basic desire? Or are you going to keep living the way you've been living? Eating whenever you feel like it. Constantly consuming. Never experiencing the mental clarity and spiritual breakthroughs that fasting provides. The choice is yours. But I want to be clear about something. This is not just about food. This is about who you become. This is about building the kind of discipline and spiritual power that changes lives. When you can control your appetite, you can control anything. When you can sit with discomfort and not run from it, you become unstoppable. When you can deny your flesh to strengthen your spirit, you unlock a level of power that most people will never experience. Here's what I want you to do right now. Choose one day this week to do a 16-hour fast. Just one day. Plan it out. Set your intention. And do it. During that fast, pay attention. Notice how you feel. Notice what comes up emotionally. Notice the mental clarity. Notice any spiritual insights. Then come back and tell me about it in the comments. Tell me what you experienced. Because I promise you, it will be more powerful than you expect. And if this video opened your eyes to the power of fasting, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Someone who's looking for mental clarity. Someone who wants to deepen their spiritual practice. Someone who's ready for transformation. Subscribe to this channel because we're going to continue exploring these powerful spiritual practices that change lives. Remember, your body is a temple, but you are not your body. You are the spirit living in that temple. And when you fast, you remind yourself of this truth. You put your spirit in charge instead of your flesh. This is the path to real power. Real discipline. Real spiritual awakening. Are you ready to walk it? Start your first fast this week. I believe in you. You've got this. Drop a comment saying, "I'm fasting," when you complete your first intentional fast. Let's build a community of people who are taking control of their mind, body, and spirit. See you in the next video.